Well, I hope that was on camera. That one definitely was. Before I start this week's vlog, I should point out something very important, and that is that I am going to be talking about the new Infinity War film. Now, if you haven't seen it, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I will say one thing. Batman dies. Hello again, welcome back to the Sunday Update. I'm Lucas, as ever, and I hope you're doing well. Now, this week has not been as busy as all the rest of the weeks I've been having recently. It has not been the manic rush to do everything. It's not been working 15 shifts and then, I don't know, going out to some club in the evening, partly because I don't do clubs. Instead, this week has just been relaxing, for once. It's just been really calm. It's been great. It's probably not quite what I need right before all my coursework goes in, but at the same time it was absolutely what I needed. So let's start with it. From Wednesday till Saturday, I went home. Plain and simple. And I've had a couple of people ask me, why are you going home now? You know, you're so busy, so many deadlines are coming up. Surely it's just going to be more stressful going home now than it would save stress by being home. Luckily, I'm in a position where I got a lot of my work done very early, so it's not too bad for me. It really could be a lot worse, my position. I've pretty much finished 40 credits, my recital's well on its way, and my film music I know what I'm doing with, so that's not going to actually be too time consuming from now, I hope. So, in actuality, I'm doing okay. And this meant that I got to enjoy a few days at home. It was really, really wonderful. It was just nice to not have to do too much. I mean, I still worked a little bit, but mainly that was just typesetting stuff, making sure that stuff was in the right format, and then doing little admin-y things. Really, there wasn't much for me to do. It was just time that I could spend relaxing and watching the snooker. It is really nice to know that I'm always welcome back, because it sets me at ease even while I'm not there, knowing that, well, you know, if things get a little bit tough, I've got sort of a fallback position, as it were. It's a safety barrier, and you know, it's not that you need a safety barrier, but if you've got one, you feel a lot better about everything. And I got up to a few bits and bobs while I was there. The evening I got back, I went to go and see a performance of Sweeney Todd by the Ellesmere Theatre Company, with Ree, a good friend of mine, who you've probably seen on this vlog before by now. Yeah, and then Saturday I had a shift in Meadowhall. For those of you who don't know Meadowhall, it's a really big shopping centre. If you've ever been to a European hypermarket, it's like one of them, but more grandiose, I guess. It's actually really pretty, and they've just finished redoing it, so there's now sofas you can sit on, which is an absolute lifesaver, because I hate walking around shopping centres for so long, just because, you know, you've not got anywhere to actually stay. If you can't stay anywhere, then, you know, what are you going to do? Plus it helps that I got paid to do a shift there, so, you know. But I think above all, the best thing about going home pretty much every time without fail is getting to see my sister again. She's so precious to me. And I get so fiercely defensive of her. Just seeing her at all is fantastic. And she seems to like me, so I get to see her happy quite a lot of the time too, and that's something special. Mum and Dad, I love you guys too, but my sister's where it lies, you know. But that wasn't the only thing I got up to while I was back. The main reason I scheduled the trip at all was because I was asked to play in a concert on Friday evening, and as much as I love concerts, it was a tough one, because it was a memorial concert for a good friend of mine from my old music school who passed away. They were involved in a car crash around Christmas time, and yeah, they passed. It's one thing I've never really come to terms with, loss. I don't know what it is about it, but there's just something that I can't get my head around for some reason. I don't know, maybe I just think that all things come back eventually, but I should know better by now that they won't. And as much as I try and be a positive person, sometimes that's difficult. I'm sure I planned this to be a lot more eloquent beforehand, but getting here and talking about it, it's tough for me. And I don't really know why, because I know what I want to say. I know that I want to say that the person who passed, a girl called Rachel, she was fantastic and lively and bubbly, an amazing musician, a caring person, but somehow it seems to pale now that the more overhanging fact is that she's not here anymore. And I'm sure there are people who've dealt with loss on a much, much worse scale than I have. I know a lot of them myself. But I think because it hasn't happened to me very much yet, I haven't learnt how to deal with it. I haven't figured out how I should grieve. Well, I suppose I'll get there one day, but that's one thing I'm not in too much of a rush to learn. But every cloud has a silver lining, as they say, and the silver lining here was that for this memorial concert, Rachel's parents got together the old gang, the old music school group, and we put on a concert for her. Everyone doing their bit, everyone coming back sounding amazing. Seriously guys, like, how? And it was just a really nice time, actually. And I wasn't expecting it to be. I was expecting to be caught up in the emotion of it all and not really able to enjoy it too much. But no, I could. I haven't seen a lot of the people I saw on Friday night in, well, years probably. In some people's cases, maybe 6 years or so. It's been a long time. But I'm glad that they all welcome me back with open arms. I hope that I was able to offer them as much support as they were able to help me. So that was Friday evening, and then Saturday after my shift I came back. And something, I don't know what, possessed me to tag along with my friend's trip to go and see Infinity War, the new Avengers film, at 11 in the evening. Like I promised in the introduction, I am not going to spoil anything. I really want to, but no, I'm not going to. Although one thing I will say is, do try and avoid the spoilers. That way, if you do catch one, it won't spoil everything. I do truly believe, though, that not looking into things before you go is the way to see a film. I've done it a lot these days. I used to obsess over every little detail I could find. In particular, I was guilty of this with Doctor Who. And I think the key series of that for me was, I want to say it was series 7, the one where they stopped halfway through when Amy and Rory left and Clara came in. And I found out pretty much all of the key plot points about 3 months before the episodes went out, and I watched the series, and I hated it because I knew all the story beats, I knew where everything was going, and it was horrible. And since then, I don't think I've consciously looked to spoiler for anything. I have tried so hard to steer away from all spoilers, and it really does enhance my enjoyment of, in particular, a film, because films tend to be the things that get spoiled the most, with all the money that's getting thrown in behind them for the relatively short runtime. And it means that you can just submerge yourself, really. You're able to just sort of go, right, I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm going to let this film tell me what happens. And there's something wonderful about just being able to submerge yourself in something like that. Just sit back, not have to be thinking about what's going on, what might be coming up. Let the story be told to you. It's wonderful when you can hit that point. And it's the mark of a good film that it can get you there as well. And I do think Infinity War does that. Now, if I may indulge my inner nerd for a moment, the scoring for it is quite remarkable. Thanks, son. Guess you're dealing with this now. The scoring for it is really quite remarkable, because there's very much a trope of how the music in a Marvel film goes. It's sort of a almost Hans Zimmer-esque. Oh, for God's sake, son. This film very much bucks the trend. It's a good score, to be fair to it. I wouldn't say it's sort of upper echelons of film music level, because like I'm thinking right at the top for like a Taxi Driver or something, because that's got a most incredible score to it. But having said that, it's pretty good, and there's moments in it where the score absolutely complements what's going on the screen, and there's moments where the score does not fit what's going on the screen, and it just makes you feel so uncomfortable with what's happening. And that is the intention, by the way. I'm not saying that they're writing a score that doesn't fit. It's the intention that it jars with you and just makes your body go no and your mind go, what's going on? It's refreshing to see something like that as well in such a AAA movie. Film. That won't show up too bad, I hope. And I know Saturday evening is an odd time to go and see a film, especially at 11 in the evening, when it's not going to finish until nearly 2, because it's a long film. But I had to go and see it at some point. I am absolutely devastated I missed Black Panther, and it may be one of the few films I actually look at getting hold of after it's come out, just because I really want to see it at some point. I don't know, I'll rent it or something. If it comes out on Amazon Prime, I'll get it there, because I've got Amazon, so that's fine. I couldn't risk that happening with Infinity War, and I'm glad I didn't. Although now I do need to go back and see Black Panther to catch all the little references that I missed beforehand. So, whoops. Why does the sun want to ruin my vlog? Please stop. Well, now that I've turned into a ghost, I guess I better wrap this up before my soul disappears into the heavens. It's been a really nice week, and although you can't really see me, I am happy about it. Oh, this is dreadful. I have to change this. I've got to tinker with some settings. I've never tinkered with something mid-vlog before. This is novel. That's a bit better. A bit. Oh, stop it, son. Stop it. I'll take that. It's been a good week. It really has. And hopefully I haven't been so lax that I'm not actually able to do anything for my recital and my film comp and all that stuff that's coming up. But it's been good, and I've probably needed it, so no issues here. as ever, if you've enjoyed the vlog, let me know. Like the video, comment. It should be down there. I hope it is. And other than that, I've been Lucas. You've been great. And you've been watching the Sunday Update. Thank you very much, and take care.